Today we're going to look at the September release of Prime Ecosystem. There's a few new features that were released just this morning or over the weekend, actually. Firstly, we're going to jump into allocations. So if we go into a job and jump into the allocations for that job, one of the new features is that you can now add multiple allocation types at a time. So rather than just a single select list, this has become a multi-select list. If you look at your Prime and you see that it's not giving you the multiple select options, go to Administration, jump into your allocation settings, and look for the Allow Multiple Create option. I've just highlighted it there. Make sure that's ticked and save it. And then when you go back to your list, you'll find that it's become a multiple select list. So that's the first new feature. The next new feature is that from the summary page of your allocations, you can sync all of your allocations in one fell swoop. So that's a new feature as well. The next new feature is over in the Prime Data Center, or the next set of new features. So I've just set up a custom report build here. I'm producing a list and I'm showing allocations. So in the allocation setup for your custom reports, you can now select a specific status. So you can select the allocation specific status column, and when you add it, you can then target the status you want to find in your report. So that's a cool new reporting tweak. Another field or another set of fields that's been added in the Prime Data Center, again, when you're building custom reports, is when we're looking at accounts receivable or accounts payable, we will find that there is if I can find it in the list, there's somewhere in here. Here we go. Accounts receivable invoice total at a specific status. So we can find, using that, we can find the totals of our accounts receivable invoices that have a specific status, maybe approved or cancelled or whichever status you'd like to report on. And as you can see, you can select multiples there too. You can also do a similar thing for jobs. So account payable invoice total at specific status is available in the jobs fields as well. Another addition that's been made to the Prime Data Center is that when you're setting up email tasks or your scheduled exports, you can now use the last day of the month as a scheduling option. That brings us over to our next set of features in Siteforms. So firstly, if I jump over to the Siteforms administration page, you now have a search and filter option on the left in the Siteform summary page. And the next thing we can do, or the next change that's been made, is you can specify a date format in date form field type. So we've got an inspection date in our roof inspection report. And if I edit that field, I can now select the format of the date. So rather than just being a standard kind of date format, you can actually pick the format you like or need. Over to the next set of features, that's in tag option defaults. So once again, in admin, I'll go to tag option defaults. And the first thing you'll notice is when you go into that screen, it now just lists all the different modules. If I go into a module, the main thing that's changed here is we can now override our tag option defaults. We've been able to do that for a while, but not with the full set of overrides. But the overrides for tag options has now been brought into line with the overrides in the remainder of the system. The next addition is in your profile. So if you go into your user profile, either through your settings or by clicking on your name in the top left, you should now be able to access your access logs. So that tells you when you logged in and what IP address you logged in from. Administrators will also be able to see the access logs of other users via the users area of the administration system. So if I jump into one of my colleagues, there we go, I can see his access logs. Finally, I just wanted to mention that you can now customize your menus. So you can customize the main menu on the left using the cog icon. You can hide things you don't need or show them. You can also customize the job menu. So when you're in a job, you've got the cog at the top. And you can also customize your quick actions.